Hi everybody, welcome to Live Blogger. In this tutorial series, we're going to build this agency website from scratch using HTML and Tailwind CSS. Now in the previous video, I showed you a demo of how this website looks. Now in this video, we will start with the design. So in this video, we will design this navbar. So let's get started. Alright, so here I have created this folder called agency website and I just opened it with VS Code. Now let's go ahead and create a new file called index.html. And let's go ahead and start by just typing exclamation and press tab and you'll have this basic HTML5 code. Now here in the title, let's go ahead and type the name of the agency and let's type welcome. And now let's go ahead and in the body, let's go ahead and type hello. And I'll just go ahead and open this in the browser. So I have this extension called live server installed in VS Code. So once you have this installed, you can just go over here to the HTML and right click and click on open with live server. And here we can see that our website is displayed in the browser. Now the first thing we will do is we will add the links of the fonts and also the icons that we're going to use in our design. So the fonts that we're going to use is called Space Mono. So this is the Space Mono font. And the other font that we're going to use is called Roboto Condensed. So let's go ahead and get these two fonts. We're going to use fonts.google.com for that. Alright, so here I'm in fonts.google.com and let's search for Roboto Condensed. And I'll just go ahead and click on get font. Let's also select the other font. So let's go back and let's search for Space Mono. And this is the font. So let's click on get font. And now we can see that we have these two fonts displayed over here. We have Roboto Condensed and Space Mono. Let's click on get embed code and we can just copy this link from here. So I'll just copy it and let's go back to our HTML and let's paste it inside the head section. And let's also copy the link of the icons. So here we can see we have this option called icons. So let's open that. And here we can see that a lot of icons are displayed. So let's select one of these and we just need to get the link. So I'll just copy this link from here and let's go back and I'll just paste it right here in the head section. And I'll just remove this icon names search from here because we're going to use multiple icons from this material symbols library. So I'll just go ahead and remove this. So now we have set up our font and icons. Now the next thing we need to do is we need to set up Tailwind. So for that, let's go to the Tailwind official website. You can just go over here to tailwindcss.com and click on docs. And here in get started, you can just go over here to play CDN and you can go ahead and copy the link from here. So this is the CDN link. I'll just copy this line of code and I'll just paste it right here. And this CDN is designed just for development purposes. Now, once you have completed designing the website, you can just go ahead and build it and host it. I'll show you how to do that in the end. But for now, let's go ahead and copy and paste this link. And let's go ahead and test whether Tailwind CSS is working. So here I'll just create an H1. Let's type hello. If you go back, we can see hello is displayed. And let's add some Tailwind CSS classes. So I'll just type class. Let's type text 5XL and text red 500. So these are Tailwind CSS classes. So it should change the font size and also change the color of the text to red. So now we can see that the Tailwind classes are working all right. So let's delete this. Now before starting with the HTML of our design, let's add some more Tailwind CSS setup to our project. So for that, if you go back to the website, if you scroll down, we can see that we can add some custom Tailwind CSS options over here. So we just have to create a style tag with a type of text Tailwind CSS and you can add anything you want over here. So I'll just go ahead and copy this. Let's go back and paste it right here. I'll just close the style tag. Now here, first of all, let's add some theme configuration. So I'll just type at theme and here first of all let's create a variable for font mono. I'll just type space mono. This is the font that we're going to use and monospace for a backup font. And let's type font condensed and let's set it to Roboto Condensed. So when we want to use this font, we'll just go ahead and type condensed and it will use this Roboto Condensed font. Let's also set the primary color. So we can say that this is the primary color. We have this yellowish color over here. So let's type color primary and let's set the value to E5 FF00. Right now let's go ahead and create some styles for the base. So let's tap add layer base. So here you can go ahead and add the styles for the body, the HTML, the H1, H2, and all those types of tags. So let's tap body, and here let's go ahead and set the font family to var font mono, and let's set the background color to white, and let's set the color of all the text to black. And for the HTML, let's tap scroll behavior. Let's set it to smooth so that when we click on any of these, we need to smoothly scroll to that section. And then let's go ahead and target the H1, H2, H3, and H4, and also a class called brand font. So when we use this brand font, we need to change the font family to var font condensed, and let's also change the text transform to uppercase. And let's also add some utility classes. So let's tap add layer utilities. Let's create a class called agency x border, and for that let's tap border of 2 pixel solid black. And let's create another class called agency shadow, and here let's tap box shadow, and let's tap 8 pixels 0 0 and black color. Right now we need to add some more classes, but first let's go ahead and start with the markup of the navbar. So inside the body, let's go ahead and create a nav tag, and for the nav tag let's add some classes. So let's tap sticky top of 0, and let's set the z index to 50 so that it's above the other elements. Let's set the width to full and the background color to white. Let's tap border bottom of 4, and let's set the border color to black. And here we can see we have this border being displayed. Alright, now let's create a div inside here, and in this div we will set a max width. So here we can see, even if we zoom out, we can see that this navbar has a max width. So we're going to add this div for the max width. So I just tap class, and let's set it to max w. Let's tap 1440 pixels. So in Tailwind CSS, if you want to add custom values, you can just add square brackets and add that exact value over here. And then let's go ahead and tap MX auto to bring it to the center. So it will set the margin left and right to auto, and padding left and right, let's set it to 6. And now let's go ahead and create another div inside here. And in this div, let's create an anchor tag. And in this anchor tag, let's go ahead and first of all create this icon. So for the icon, let's go ahead and create a div, and in the div let's create a span for the icon. So let's tap class, and for the material icons we need to type material symbols outlined. So when we add this class, whatever text we add inside here will be turned into icon. And here for the icon, let's type change history. So here we can see we have this icon. Now on the right side of the icon, we need to add this text. So here let's go outside this div. Let's create a span, and let's tap agency x, and let's add some classes over here. So here let's tap class. Let's set it to text 3XL font black for the font weight, and let's tap tracking, and let's set it to tighter. So this will decrease the letter spacing, and let's set the font to brand font. So this is how it looks. Now we need to display the icon and the text one next to the other. So here for the anchor tag, let's add some classes, and here let's tap display of flex, items center, and let's add a gap of 2, and this is how it looks. Now let's add some styles to this icon. So for the div, let's add some classes. Let's tap width of 10, height of 10, and we already created this agency x border. So let's use that class over here. I'll just tap agency x border, and background color of black, display of flex, items center, and justify center to bring it to the center vertically and horizontally. Let's set the text color to primary. So here we can see we have already set the primary color over here. So now if you go back to our website, here we can see that the icon is being displayed over here. Alright, now let's target the container division, which is this division right here. And let's tap class. Let's set the display to flex, items center, and justify between. And let's set the height to 20. So this is how it looks. Now in the center, we need to have these different nav menu items. So let's go ahead and design that. So here outside this anchor tag, let's create a div, and let's add some classes over here. So let's tap class. On smaller screens, we will just hide it. So let's tap hidden. And for medium or larger, let's set the display to flex, and items center, gap of 10. And in this, let's add anchor tags. So first of all, let's type home, and let's add some classes. So let's type class, text small, font bold, border bottom of 2, and border transparent. But when you hover over this, we need to set the border to black, and let's also set it to uppercase, and let's also add transition to all. Right, now let's go ahead and copy this anchor tag, and let's paste it 4 more times. Right, now let's change the text. So the next one is services. Then we have work, pricing, and contact. So let's type services, work, pricing, and contact. So here we can see that all the menu items are being displayed over here. Now on the right side, we need to display this button. So let's go outside this div and let's create a button, and let's type get started. And here we can see we have the button. Now let's add some classes over here. So by default, on smaller screens, we want it to be hidden. So let's type hidden. And for medium or larger, let's set the display to block. And the background color, let's set it to primary. Here also, we'll just set the agency X border class. So we have this border. And let's also set a padding left and right of 6, padding top and bottom of 2. And let's set the font weight to black and uppercase. Let's set the text size to small. Now here we can see we have the shadow at the bottom of this button. So for that, let's go ahead and use this class that we created called agency X shadow. So let's type agency X shadow. And here we can see we have the shadow. Now here we can see when we hover over this button, we have this hover effect. So let's add that. Here, let's go ahead and type agency X shadow colon hover. Here, let's go ahead and type box shadow. Let's set the value to 4 pixels, 4 pixels, 0, 0, black color. And let's type transform, translate 4 pixels, 4 pixels for X and Y axis. And here for the agency X shadow, let's type transition. And let's set it to all 200 milliseconds ease. So now if you hover over this, we can see that we have this hover effect. Let's also set the cursor to pointer. So here for the button, let's type cursor pointer. So this is how it looks. So with that, we have completed designing the nav bar of our website. Alright, so that's basically it for this video. If you have any doubts, you can ask in the comments below. And if you like this video, please click on the like button and subscribe to this channel to get the latest video updates. Thanks a lot for watching. Have a nice day.